Good morning, campers. It is day 83. It is not quite 6:30 a.m. We are 0.4 miles into our day, and it looks like we're getting our feet wet already. Fortunately, it's not as cold of a day as it has been lately, but getting our feet wet this early in the morning isn't going to be fun. So we got just over 3 miles to get to the top of Muir Pass, and then get as far as we can before we do probably tent for the night to figure out what we're doing tomorrow. Frozen Lake Helen as we approach Muir Pass, and more snow to walk through. I'm walking through quite a few snowfields to get up there. Alright, here we are, coming up to the top of Muir Pass. There's a stone shelter up here, as you can see. Looks pretty cool, actually. Took us about 3¼ hours, mostly in snow. Your hut on top of Muir Pass. Just put here built in 1930. Built just for hikers that need to get out of the weather. Not meant for staying in unless you're in an emergency. The trail to the river. It's a triver. And we're following it all the way down there to those lakes. So likely some wet feet coming up. Well, continued wet feet. Alright, this section is quite a bit of a mess. It's just a bunch of melting snow bridges right here next to the lake. So it's hard to step on them. Everything is really soft. Nothing else you can do, really. Hope there's not going to be a whole lot better. everyone. We are now crossing the 850-mile mark. And that means we have less than 1,800 miles to go. Should I say only? But we're not stopping to take any pictures or do anything special. It's not necessarily a special mile mark, but if we stop, we'll be eaten alive by mosquitoes. So we're gonna keep walking. We got about 1.5 miles to camp yet. All right, here we are, the end of day 83 on the PCT. Where do we start? Today we did 15.2 miles officially, and the first 3.5, I think it was to get to the top of Muir Pass. There was a lot of snow.
There was a lot of snow. Our feet were wet pretty much well from the beginning, and not because our sneakers were wet overnight, which they were.
Slightly.
But we had crossings pretty much immediately.
I think the first one was 0.4.
Okay, so that's pretty immediate.
Yeah, that's pretty immediate.
Yeah.
We were there pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it was unavoidable. It was not not one we could rock hop or logs or anything like that. It was
Yeah. So it's 6:30 in the morning, and we have sopping wet feet.
Mm-hmm. Cold.
Yes, and there were a number of more water crossings.
Yeah, quite a few.
And then we were walking on snow.
And then we had snow.
Yeah. So, needless to say, cold, wet feet all morning, numb.
Yes. We're
doing this for fun.
I know. Yeah, right. And we're bringing it to you.
It was pretty miserable. I'm going to admit that right now.
It was tough, and the climb up, just because, well, the snow, it didn't get very cold last night. It hasn't gotten very cold overnight for the last couple of nights, I think, at least.
Yeah.
So the snow is soft. So that made it difficult to walk on as well. So
yeah, because we've talked about the whole crunchy snow before, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Because you can get some kind of purchase and traction on it, and you just could not at all today.
And it would have been useless to put our spikes on, just because it was so soft and so slippery. So, yeah, it was hard. It was hard climbing up. Yeah, it took us, what did I say, 3 hours?
Yeah.
About 3 hours to get to the top.
3.5 miles.
And those 3.5 miles.
So, and if we weren't on snow, slushy snow, we were bouldering.
Right.
Because once again, the trail is, you see it, but you can't get to it because it was covered in water.
Right.
Wasn't the one lake inlet covered the trail at one point?
Yes, it did. Yep, absolutely. I forgot about that. Yeah. I kind of looked down a rock ledge to say, like, what's going on down there? And it was just, the trail was just completely underwater. Yeah. So, yeah. That was just getting up to the top of Muir Pass, and then getting down the other side was pretty much the same.
Yeah, a lot more snow.
It was a lot of snow. I mean,
fortunately, it wasn't steep. That's the saving grace. Probably is that it wasn't steep.
Right.
But it was, once again, it was slushy. Post holed a couple of times.
Yeah, and you're post holing, and when your foot goes through, it's a foot of snow, and there's water running underneath it. There's water, right? So
your feet are just getting saturated all over.
It's a stream under the snow. So when your foot goes completely through the snow, you post hole through it. You're standing in water. So yeah, it was a mess. And then when we got close to the lakes, it got even softer.
Yes.
And there's just no walking on the snow then. It was a mess.
And then when there was trail, it was just running water.
A lot of water just running down the trail. So, yeah, but things are melting very fast. Very fast, yeah.
Anyway.
Because the temperatures in town are over, I think, are 100 or so.
They were 100
plus.
this weekend, yeah.
Yeah. So, up here it's not that hot, obviously. But, anyway. So, I want to say it took us until about 11:30 to get past the snow, something like that. When we finally got away from the snow. Now, not that there wasn't water on the trail and water crossings and things like that, but we were finally kind of done with the snow by that point. So now that all being said, it was beautiful. There were lakes, and a lot of them were frozen, but there were nice mountainsides around and things like that. It was very nice to look at. It was just really hard to walk. So yeah. Anyway, we took lunch, 12:30, something like that, by a lake.
Right before another river crossing.
Right before another river crossing. Yes.
But we didn't stay there long.
We did not stay there long. Why?
We don't have a lot of breaks today.
We didn't take a lot of breaks today.
We couldn't even slow down today to look around, to be honest.
That's true. Yeah, well, time was an issue.
Time was an issue.
Well, what was the other big issue?
Mosquitoes.
And when I'm done here, I will take a little shot of the top of our tent because it is covered in mosquitoes right now. So anyway, back to the trail. So we were getting close. Fortunately, after the pass, it was pretty much downhill, flat for the most part. And we had a point that we wanted to get to, 15 and a half miles. And we started getting close, and there were some dark clouds going on, and we were getting really close to where we thought we were going to camp.
That raindrops were beginning to fall.
Raindrops starting to fall, and then we heard a little bit of thunder, and the raindrops started coming a little bit more frequently, and then we thought, you know what? We're only about 0.4, 0.5 from where we were going to camp. We were like, let's just stop here.
Yeah, we're not going to press.
Yeah, we may end up putting our tent up in the rain and stuff like that. And we're so close. It's really, and there's water here, so we just decided to stop. So, so we're at a good spot here, a good little camp spot. It's just us, but.
And all of our friends.
And all of our hundreds of friends. Yes. As soon as you step outside, you are...
They swarm.
Swarmed.
They swarm.
It is amazing.
And it's like little needles.
Oh my gosh. And it was all afternoon, too. I mean, anytime we would slow down walking, we tried to take a short break this afternoon, and as soon as we stopped, they were just everywhere, and they were all over our pack, not only on us, but also just on our packs that we had dropped to the ground. Oh, they were just, and it's crazy. So anyway, so that is that we've been in the tent since we got here, also because it was raining, but we had to come in here, and we sat here for probably 10 minutes just killing mosquitoes so that we could have a safe zone, in here.
They just follow you right in.
Yeah, and there's a few still in here, but we had to go out once or twice to get water and things like that, and a few more come in, and you have to kill them again and stuff. Anyway, so that's our day 80. What did I say? 3? Day 83. Yeah, it's the day of the mosquito. So I feel like Muir Pass, snow, mud, water, and mosquitoes. I guess the mosquitoes and water go together pretty well.
Fun day.
Yeah,
Does that sound like a fun day?
Yeah, it was great. And I went out to get water, and I stood there. I went over to the stream, and I was like, "Oh, hi, fish!" And then mosquitoes. So anyway,
I know.
Yeah. So here we are. All right, tomorrow we still have to talk about it. So we saw a ranger again today, and some other hikers that were coming southbound.
JMT hikers.
JMT hikers, yes. And the discussion is all about this bridge outage and how to get around it. Right. To do the hike up and over the mountain kind of thing, which we aren't really prepared for as far as navigation is concerned. But then there's fording, and we talked to some people, and they said, yeah, it's not that it's easy. It's not easy, but it's doable. But at the same time, then we talked to a ranger, and they're trying to convince people to not ford, because it can be a dangerous thing. So we have to figure out what we're doing tomorrow. We wanted to stop short here because this is the decision point of whether, if we're going to go and do the up and the over, then we're pretty much just we're close to the point where we'll have to start that. So we'll figure that out tonight. I guess we have to decide what we're doing, and stay tuned to see what we decided and what we're going to do tomorrow. Either way, it's going to be.
May never leave the tent again, just so we're not alive.
That's true. Yeah. Either way, it'll be an adventure tomorrow.
You're not taking a tour of the campsite tonight, are you?
I may not. You know what? I mean, you may not even see what this campsite looks like. It's pine forest. I'll just tell you, it's
lovely.
It is nice. Yeah.
Except for
there's lots of space for other people, and there's some boulders and rocks on the other side.
Yeah. There's some nice logs to sit on.
There's a really nice stream right behind us with a little bit of a meadow.
Lovely.
It's lovely. You may not see it. I'm sorry. If I go out to go to the bathroom, perhaps I'll take my phone with me.
Yeah.
So, all right. There you go. That's day 83. Stay tuned for our adventures on day 84. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
All right. So I'm not sure how well this is going to come out for you, but this is a small portion of our mosquito friends. I'll move down. You have to just, ignore my socks there. Yeah, they're everywhere. And I'm sure that this video is not doing you justice, because
they're behind us.
They're all over. They're everywhere. I would prefer the bees that we had all over, whatever it was weeks ago. So anyway, there you go, our mosquito friends.